I am Dr. Basir Ahmad Khan, Assistant Professor of Physics, Krishnath College. This is the lecture 3 of Module 7 on oscillations. In my previous two lectures, I already discussed about the simple harmonic motion and its solution and the kinetic energy and potential energy of simple harmonic oscillator. And in lecture 2, I discussed about the damped harmonic oscillator and the different solution of the differential equation of damped harmonic oscillator. And in this class today I will discuss about the force oscillations, and next the transient and steady state of force oscillation, and lastly the very important topic, the resonance and sharpness of resonance and sharpness of resonance. Now force oscillation. Now what is force oscillation? Force oscillation, a harmonic oscillator, when a harmonic oscillator driven by an externally applied harmonic force. I repeat again, a harmonic oscillator driven by an externally applied harmonic force is said to execute force oscillations. That means a harmonic oscillator driven by an externally harmonic force. Why? That means I want to know the behavior of this harmonic oscillator when an external harmonic force is applied to this motion. This is the force oscillation. In this class I want to investigate the behavior of weakly damped harmonic oscillator when an external time dependent force is applied to the system to maintain the amplitude of oscillation. Here I write an equation m d2ax dt2 equal to minus kx minus p dx dt plus ft. The equation inside the yellow box, this is the differential equation of simple harmonic motion. Next, the equation inside the blue box, this is inside the equation inside the box in the blue color, this is the differential equation of damped oscillation. Now we want to apply an external harmonic force to the damped harmonic oscillations, and then we get the force oscillation to maintain the amplitude of the oscillation, because in damped oscillation after few times or after some times the amplitude gradually decreases and the solution or the died out, or the amplitude becomes zero. But we want to maintain the amplitude of the oscillation by applying a force, by a harmonic force, that is time dependent, a force where I consider this is Ft. This is Ft, a harmonic force, Ft equal to F0 cos omega t. Ft equal to F0 cos omega t, where omega is the amplitude of the driving force, omega is the frequency of the harmonic force, driving force, and F0 is the amplitude of the driving force. Now this is the equation of damped. This is the equation of forced vibrational oscillation. Here I rewrite this equation as d2x dt2 plus gamma dx dt plus omega 0 square x equal to f0 cos omega t, where gamma equal to p by m, omega 0 square equal to k by m. K is the stiffness constant and m is the mass of the particle which oscillates, which execute the force oscillation, and f0, small f0 equal to capital F0 by m. Now we get two solutions of equation 1 because this is a differential equation, second order differential equation, inhomogeneous second order differential equation. Equation 1 is the inhomogeneous second order differential equation. Therefore we get two solutions. One is complementary function. Now when the driving force, if I set the driving force equal to 0, then we get the solution as the complementary function of this equation, and the particular integral complementary function as CF and particular integral PI. Now the total solution will become x equal to complementary function plus particular integral. Now we already solved the complementary function because in our previous lecture when I discussed about the damped oscillation, the right hand side of this parameter was 0 in damped oscillation. And I already get the solution of damped oscillation. This is the complementary function, that is the damped oscillation solution of damped harmonic oscillator. This is a e to the power minus gamma t by 2 cos omega star t minus delta, where omega star equal to omega 0 square minus gamma square by 4 whole to the power half is the angular frequency of damped oscillation, and delta is the phase constant. This is the solution of damped oscillation. This is the solution of damped oscillation. Now for particular integral Pi is equal to 1 by d square plus gamma d plus omega 0 square into f0 cos omega t. That means this operator operate on f0 cos omega t, where capital D equal to the derivative, time derivative, d square equal to double time derivative. Therefore the particular integral Pi with the mathematical formula, the solution of differential equation, if we take the mathematical solution of this differential equation, we get Pi equal to real part of Rp means real part of f0 e to the power I omega t divided by d square plus gamma d plus omega 0 square equal to real part of f0 e to the power I omega t divided by I omega square plus I gamma times I omega plus omega 0 square. Therefore particular integral becomes real part of, just see this line, real part of, from the previous page, real part of f0 e to the power I omega t divided by this. That means real part of f0 e to the power I omega t, omega 0 square minus divided by omega 0 square minus omega square plus I times gamma omega. Now real part of f0 e to the power I omega t, and this denominator is represented by this formula, because we know that x plus iy is represented as x square root over of x square plus y square into e to the power I tan inverse y by x. This is, that means I just write here in clear, into e to the power I tan inverse y by x, tan inverse y by x. So in this way we put the denominator as root over of omega 0 square minus omega square minus omega square whole square plus gamma omega whole square into e to the power I phi, where phi is the tan inverse gamma omega divided by omega 0 square minus omega square. Therefore this particular integral becomes f0 by capital F0 by m cos omega t, and in the denominator I just common the term omega, the factor omega, and it will become omega root over of omega gamma square plus 1 by omega square, omega 0 square minus omega square or whole square equal to f0 by omega divided by magnitude of Zm, where Zm equal to m times within second bracket gamma square plus omega 0 square minus omega square whole square divided by omega square whole to the power half. So this is the particular integral, or you can say this is the particular integral of the differential equation of force oscillation. That means I just put these constant as b. This is I constant, this is b. That means particular integral becomes, this is constant b into cos omega t minus phi, where b equal to capital F0 divided by omega Zm and Zm equal to this. So we get the total solution of the force differential equation of force oscillation, x equal to, this is x equal to a e to the power minus gamma t by 2 cos omega star t minus delta plus b cos omega t minus phi. This is complementary function and this is particular integral. So interestingly, here we see that the complementary function is, the solution of the complementary function die out after few time. That means when t increases e to the power minus gamma t by 2, this factor gradually decaying factor with the increase of time. That means after few times, due to this term e to the power minus gamma t by 2, the solution of complementary function is dying out, and only the solution which is particular integral b cos omega t minus phi, that means which is the driving force, where omega is the frequency of the driving force. That means whole the solution will persist or will continue with the driving force. Now transient and steady state. Transient and steady state. Sorry. Suppose a particle oscillates with small damping, oscillates with damping oscillations. It execute damping oscillation, and now an externally driving force is applied to the particle or to the executing system. Then there, when two solutions exist simultaneously, then the motion is very irregular, and this type of motion or this state is known as transient state. That means transient state means when both solution transient state means now both solution are exist, solution both solution complementary function and particular integral exist. This situation or this state of the executing particle is known as transient state. But after few times later the complementary function died out, because the factor e to the power minus gamma t by 2. So due to this factor, the complementary function died out, and only the particle is executing by the driving force. So therefore, after few times the particle or the system executes due to the externally applied driving force, externally applied driving force, and this is the only solution, and this is the only solution which is dominating, and and the particle, this is the only solution which dominating the system. The oscillations of the oscillations of the particle of the dominating the oscillations of the system. This is of the system. This is known as steady state. This is known as steady state. This is known as steady state. This is known as steady state solution. This is known as steady state solution, or this is steady state. I repeat again. Now what is transient and what is steady state? Transient state means when the damping oscillation and the driving force both are execute. That means complementary function exists and particular integral exists. In this situation and under this condition, the particle oscillation is very irregular. But after few times, when t is increases due to the term e to the power minus gamma t by 2, the complementary function vanishes after few times later. The only solution exists is the particular integral, and the particle executes by the driving force with the angular frequency omega, and this situation is known as steady state situation or steady state condition. Now resonance. Now the amplitude, we know that the amplitude B of the force oscillation equal to f0 by omega mod Zm equal to this, where Zm equal to m times the term within the second bracket. Now when the amplitude, we consider the case when omega 0 equal to omega. When omega 0 equal to omega, my aim is that to calculate the condition or obtain the condition when the amplitude will be the maximum. That means I just write here m is that amplitude when amplitude is maximum. Amplitude is maximum. Amplitude is maximum. When the amplitude is maximum, when, this is the question, the condition, in which condition the amplitude is maximum. That means this denominator should be minimum, otherwise we cannot get the maximum amplitude or maximum amplitude of the oscillation. Now before going to this, I want to mention one or two things about the force oscillation. The first point is that in force oscillation, the magnitude of the amplitude of force oscillation depends on, here notice that this is depends on, amplitude depends on omega and gamma and m. Amplitude depends on omega, gamma and m. And second point is that the phase difference phi exists between the displacement and the driving force. The phase difference exists, phase difference means phi. Phase difference means this phi exists. Phase difference means this phi, phase difference exists between the displacement and the driving force, and which is also depend on gamma and omega. Gamma and omega. That means firstly I said that the amplitude of the force oscillation depends on mass omega and gamma. Mass omega and gamma. Amplitude is depends on mass omega gamma, and the phase factor between displacement and driving force phi is depends on gamma and omega. And steady state motion, and after few times the force oscillation, or we get the steady state motion. That means, what is steady state motion? Now when the steady state motion is the motion of a system that has forgotten how it started. How it started, this is immaterial or irrelevant. Only the motion is depends on the driving force. This is the main feature of force oscillation. Now we want to calculate the resonance. So first of all, we know that the magnitude B in the expression of magnitude B is numerator is f0 by m, and denominator is root over of omega 0 square minus omega square whole square plus omega square gamma square. Now we want to obtain the condition. Now when the amplitude is maximum, amplitude will be maximum when amplitude will be maximum, amplitude will be maximum when the factor this will be minimum. This will be minimum then when this factor will be minimum, since it is in the denominator, then we get the maximum amplitude. The value of B is B max. That means the condition is that d omega, this factor equal to 0, and at what values of these frequency, suppose we consider at omega equal to omega r, this derivative gives the 0 value, and at that condition the amplitude of the force vibration or force oscillation is maximum. Then we get the relation is omega r equal to, I put the factor and derivative with respect to omega, and then I put the value of omega by omega r, and we finally get omega r equal to omega 0 square minus gamma square by 2 whole to the power half. This is the condition. This is the condition for obtaining the maximum amplitude of force oscillation. So when omega, if we take omega r equal to omega 0 square minus gamma square by 2 whole to the power half, if gamma is small, gamma is very small, then from this relation we get omega r equal to omega 0. That means we get the oscillation is the simple harmonic oscillation, like simple harmonic oscillation, because omega 0 equal to the natural frequency of the oscillator. Now in this condition the Bmax becomes, in this condition Bmax becomes, by putting the value of omega equal to omega r, then we get the value of Bmax equal to gamma into omega 0 square minus gamma square by 4 whole to the power half. This is the maximum value of amplitude of force oscillation, and the condition at which the frequency, that means the amplitude of the force oscillator becomes maximum if the frequency of the driving force is very nearly equal to the frequency of the natural oscillation. I repeat again, this amplitude becomes maximum, or the condition, within this condition the amplitude becomes maximum of force oscillator if the frequency of the driving force, that means omega, is very nearly equal to the frequency of natural oscillation. That means this is the condition when omega 0 very nearly equal to, that means the driving frequency is very nearly equal to natural frequency, then we get the maximum amplitude, and this condition is known as resonance. This is the condition of resonance. Now this is the condition of resonance. I repeat again. Now when the amplitude of the force oscillation becomes maximum, now if the frequency of the driving force is very nearly equal to the natural frequency of natural oscillation, then we become the maximum amplitude, and this condition is called resonance. Now if I plot the amplitude with angular frequency, then I will get, we plot amplitude amplitude of force oscillation amplitude of force oscillation with frequency of driving force we get with the frequency of driving force, then I get this equation, this type of plot. This is angular frequency and this is amplitude. This is amplitude. This angular frequency and this is amplitude. Then I will get this type of this is omega equal to omega 0, and this curve is for weak damping. This is the curve for weak damping. This is moderate damping, and this is the large damping or heavy damping. This is the heavy damping. This is heavy damping. This is the curve of amplitude versus angular frequency. Here we get the psi equal to this. Psi equal to suppose x equal to b cos omega t minus phi. If I x equal to b cos omega t minus phi, and if I calculate the velocity of the particle, that means dx dt, then we get dx dt equal to minus b omega sin omega t minus phi, and from this relation we also calculate the condition for which velocity is maximum, and then I did not calculate, this is the limitation here. I could not calculate this in this lecture in details. I just put the value of the graph of velocity resonance. This is angular frequency omega and this is velocity. How we calculate this? We know x equal to b cos omega t minus phi. Then we want to calculate dx dt minus b omega sin omega t minus phi, and with the same process as I calculate the maximum amplitude, then I calculate the maximum velocity, and we get this type of this type of this is the here is the point omega equal to omega 0. This is the plot of velocity versus angular frequency. Here this value is omega f0 by k. F0 by k. K is the stiffness constant. This is the when omega equal to 0, that means there is no, that means here the condition is that omega equal to 0. Now from this equation becomes omega equal to 0, that means omega amplitude will be amplitude will be f0 by k. This is the f0 by k. Now here we get the velocity resonance curve with angular frequency. This is velocity resonance curve, velocity resonance curve. And therefore similarly we also calculate the power. Similarly we also calculate the power or sharpness of resonance. Sharpness of resonance. Sharpness of resonance. We first we calculate the time average input power, and then the condition at which frequency the time average power is maximum, and this is the called sharpness. And this we get here, this is the omega and this is maximum power, and I will get this type of this is half power with this is omega 1 and omega 2, this is omega 0 and this is omega 0, this is P max, half of P max, and this is P max. This is the power versus omega, and we see that the bandwidth delta omega equal to omega 2 minus omega 1 equal to gamma. That's it.